Greetings, dear listeners. Hope you're all doing well. I just wanted to take a few moments to acknowledge having reached 1,000 subscribers. Actually, I'm currently at 1,630, and to acknowledge those who have helped me to get this far with my channel. First off, I'd like to thank John Nair and Kevin Kyle of the Digital Media Studio at Regina Public Library. I first talked to these gentlemen back in May 2018 when I told them of my dream of creating a creepypasta YouTube channel. Both John and Kevin got behind my project and with great patience, very great patience and encouragement, slowly, very slowly, managed to teach me how to use Audacity, Reason, and Premiere Pro. I can't pronounce it, but I can use it. Premiere Pro. John has moved on. He is an educator and sure was an excellent teacher for me, and I really miss him. While poor Kevin is stuck still listening to my myriad questions like, what does this strange message mean? John and Kevin could have brushed me off as some clueless old guy. I am a clueless old guy. But they didn't. They didn't. And then there is my good friend, Mort of Mortis Media, a brilliant narrator, and the soul of kindness. I approached Mort for advice after seeing how he assisted a number of smaller creators, and he provided me with sage counsel, and in 2019 allowed me to record with him. Then, when lockdown began, I found myself locked out of the Digital Media Studio. I made an outdoor video to explain the situation and was surprised by a comment from Mort telling me how much he liked the outdoor format and encouraging me to make more such videos. And so I continued with them and kept my channel alive while waiting for the studio to reopen. Mort shared many of these videos with his listeners. I knew when this happened because instead of my usual 50 views, I suddenly had 1,000 visits. Mort made it his task to get me up to 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers, and he succeeded beyond my wildest expectations. As I said earlier, I now have 1,630, and I owe most of them, as in 95% of them, to Mort's generosity of spirit, and to the kindness of each of you, dear listeners, to the kindness of each and every one of you. I pondered for a while as to how to thank John and Kevin and Mort and each and every one of you. I can't thank you all in person or shake you by the hand, so how can I express my gratitude? What I have chosen to do is to donate $1,000. Actually, it's a little more than that, to 2 local organizations that run programs to assist and feed the poor and the homeless. They are the Salvation Army Haven of Hope and the Marian Centre. Both donations were made on behalf of the listeners and subscribers of the YouTube channels Mortis Media and A Warning to the Curious. I included Mortis Media as most of my subscribers came over to me from that channel, a relationship of which I am proud and which I wanted to recognize. Now, I believe charity should be a private matter, but I wanted you all to know that by simply subscribing to my channel, you have helped vulnerable people in a city most of you will never visit. I have begun to realize that our actions in life are like the ripples caused by tossing a stone into a pond, the ripples radiating outwards and towards the shore. Our actions cause other actions, hopefully for good rather than ill, and thus your actions in subscribing have caused me to do a good deed. I am not a particularly nice guy, so it behooves me to do something nice for others for a change. Behooves me. Behooves. Now there's a word for you. There's a word for you. But thanks for your support, all joking aside. And now I suppose you want a story. Well, I guess if you've listened this long, you deserve it. An old acquaintance, Richard, sent me an email to remind me of the incident. One Sunday afternoon, when I was in grade 12, I decided to visit a shopping mall on the west side of town, and to get there, I took the train tracks which ran a few blocks from our apartment. The tracks had always been a semi-mystical place for me, a long straight track leading to a far and misty horizon. And it was not without its dangers, as one had to be vigilant about passing trains and about other things. The distance was about 3 miles, so I stepped out lively. I had an earworm, and Lou Reed's "Take a Walk on the Wild Side" was running through my head. As I reached the tracks, I saw Richard, a high school chum, waiting for me. I recognized his black winter jacket. It was early April, and the air temperature was only in the mid-40s Fahrenheit. "You going to the mall?" he asked me. "Yeah. How'd you know?" "I'm going to the mall." If that seemed odd, I didn't notice, and as we walked along, I asked him why he was headed to the mall, and he said he was meeting someone there. We were both long-distance runners and usually talked or argued about running. But today was different, for out of nowhere Richard asked, "Why are you obsessed with the night floaters?" I denied I was obsessed with them, but over the years, the floaters had targeted me with repeated attacks, so that while many regarded them as a fairy tale or an urban legend, they were a grim reality to me. "Why do you say that?" I asked Richard. "Don't you believe in them? You think it's BS?" He looked at me coldly. "I know they are real, and they want you to stop talking about them. I just want them to leave me alone. Then stop talking about them." We fell into an uncomfortable silence. I didn't really talk about the floaters much. People weren't interested. Besides, in another year, I would be leaving town to go to school, and hopefully never have to deal with them again. Or so I thought at the time. I didn't know if the floaters were supernatural or satanic, part of a cult, but as we walked along the tracks, I began to wonder if Richard was one of them. I tried to start a conversation about music, since Lou Reed was running through my head, but we ended up talking about the floaters again. I even tried discussing girls we knew. Same deal. I was sure as hell glad when we reached the mall. I excused myself to go to the can, relieved to have gotten away from Richard, and kind of hoping he would be gone when I returned. But nope, he was still there. Richard walked over to me laughing. "So you're here too, eh?" Well, yeah. We walked out here together, eh?" "What are you talking about?" Richard demanded. So I reminded him about our walk. "You kept bringing up the night floaters." "Bullshit," he snapped. "I don't even believe in them." Richard then informed me that he had driven out to the mall in his old man's car. So it couldn't have been him I was walking with and talking to. But it was him. But what the hell just happened? Richard told me that at the time, way back then, he just thought I was nuts, but that now he feels that it must have been a paranormal experience. "You must have seen my doppelganger. My double," he wrote me. So, dear listeners, what did happen that cool April day? Was it a psychic projection of Richard, his double or doppelganger? A shapeshifter which had taken on his identity? One of the night floaters in disguise? Or merely an illusion? Or am I just nuts? Please share your thoughts in the comments below and stay safe, stay subscribed, ring the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and feel free to share this video with anyone you please. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Warren, and I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories involving cryptids such as the night floaters, werewolves, and the black-eyed children. Stay hungry. Till midnight. Cheers.